I started to read books, not only like your study books and everything like that, but I started to read like books, like, newspapers and everything like that. And I started to join. And I think another thing that, maybe can help with the first years that will be struggling from English is that join a community. At campus, there are many societies. There are even societies that are based on debating, public speaking. I actually literally think that everything in the university space is there. Earlier on, you spoke about some professional. Yeah, you spoke about this, the centers, or the units whereby they help you to write, they help you to actually read. I didn't know about that until I had to attend a certain workshop that was based on public speaking. And I'm like, this place has always been here. I didn't come here. And why didn't I not see this place? But they actually are a language facility. They actually take you through those kind of things like presentations, presenting and everything like that. But Okay, this is it. This is the Student Plug, where we talk everything student support and development. And today, on the Student Plug, we are bringing some versatility, Today on the Student Plug, we are very versatile, and we have versatile. So on the Student Plug today, we are joined by Tshegofatso Mokwena, also known as Versatile, the CEO and founder of Versatile Mentorship Programme, VMP for short, a VT, a Bachelor of Accounting Science graduate. These are the people with the monies, and obviously a mentor. Yeah, I think you're very, when I was just looking at your profile and stuff like that, I think you're very passionate about education. Am I wrong?
Why did you look at my profile? Let's go there.
Pella, you're a celeb. Your profile is out there, We just search for you. We Google you. You must Google yourself and see what you get.
Yeah, no, I'm really passionate about education. Really passionate. I think before accounting comes education.
I'm also very curious on this. Like, I know that there is a story on Versatile, like the name. I thought it was your real name, actually.
Everyone thinks it's my real name.
Yeah, now I knew it was Versatile. I'm like, oh, Kandi, this is not your real name. Tell us the juice there. Tell us the story.
There's no story. Mixed days, when everyone was trying to come up with a name, I somehow stumbled upon the name Versatile when I was watching something, and I Googled it, and I was like, oh, okay, this is nice. Let me just take it. So the reason why most people know me as Versatile is because on my social media, like Facebook, I would be Tshegofatso Mokwena. On Instagram, my handle would have Versatile. So people assume that it is my name, so they know me as Versatile. But there's no major story. It's just the name that I stumbled upon. And I was like, I actually do want to be versatile, so it's a great big name to actually carry with me.
Yeah. No, now I'm like, Evan, Tshegofatso Mokwena, who is Tshegofatso? I know Versatile, Yeah, I think you're doing some great work. I think I've told you this before that you're one of the people who really inspires me. Like, I think the work that you're doing, especially at that age and where you started, and obviously you're a mentor, you run a mentorship program, and now it also came in hindsight that I was actually watching your mentee for quite some time. I didn't know that he was your mentee. I'm talking about Frank Matume, I like his intros, like on his YouTube, like, I want to grow up, I want to be a Matume.
I want to be a Matume.
I'm like, yo, that's very cool, So it just shows that and shout out to Frank, President Cortes. I think they're doing a very great work. Frank, you're gonna see this, man. We're gonna collaborate. I'm manifesting this live here with.
Well, I'm the manager for the channel. So...
You're the manager for the channel.
Good for me. Yeah, I am.
Oh,
I've been helping him out, so yeah.
Wow, you see the universe, how it works, you know.
So you got to collab.
You know? Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that because I think they're also doing some very phenomenal work, and I think that I believe in collaboration more than anything. I think that, you know, there is so much work to do, and I think if we can find a way to collaborate as people and everything like that, that can actually, you know, take us, you know, a long way to go. VMP, right? Let us start there, right? And what blows my mind is that I understand that you did your matric in 2014, and then you did your first year in 2015, and that's when you founded, you know, Versatile Mentorship Programme as a first year. I'm like, really? As a first year? So you founded it, I think, on the 29th of October in 2015. Like, what led you to that? Maybe if you can start there, like you having this idea and everything. You know, when I was doing first year, what I was thinking about was like, hey, cause it's Chawi, you know? Because it's Chawi. So what led you to that idea? A beautiful idea, I think.
I think because I've been exposed, you know, when you go to the schools in the townships, they normally give the attention to the top achievers, the top students. So I got a lot of exposures. We would go to all these things where we would meet people. I would take their contact details and they would help me out with school or career guidance and all those things. But when I would go back to school, my classmates wouldn't have that privilege. And it just got to a point where I felt like I have so much information, and the next person who's my classmate doesn't have that amount of information. What is it that I can do to actually help out and bridge that gap? Because at the end of the day, I don't think it'll change that. They will always focus on the top achievers and the cream of the crop, because they're the ones who, at the end of the day, will represent the school. So it's something that I sort of like started when I was in high school. I was like, no, I can help you out with applications, with the information that I have. We can do it together, and they would come to me for help. So when I started my first year, I was like, maybe I should start a mentorship program where I just bring people who have like knowledge. So when we started, it was just me, and I asked 3 of my friends, not really my friends, but we went to high school together and we would attend all these things together. I was like, this is the idea that I have. Let's do it. Let's just take grade 11s and 12s and just mentor them. So Frank is actually the one who helped me coordinate the whole thing, because I went to him and I was like, this is the idea that I have. Can you help me? And he was like, sure. Then he brought people together, the grade 12s, and that's how it started. And the next day, that's when we decided that we need to sort of like formalize it, get an executive, and get more mentors who are going to be able to mentor the high school learners. But also the most important, which I feel like is the most important thing about VMP, is the fact that we want to focus on grade 11s and ensure that their marks are enough so that they can qualify for universities. Because most people think it's fine, I can play in grade 10 and grade 11, and grade 12 I can be serious. But when you get to grade 12 and you have to apply, you find that you actually need your grade 11 marks, and it's something that most people are not aware of. So we were like, let's focus on helping this grade 11 so that they can get the marks that they need, so they can apply for university when they get to grade 12. And when we get to grade 12, we can help them out with university applications and bursary applications and just access to information. So that is how VMP came about.
Yeah, that's that's great. You know, I'm just like also blown by how you think about that, like from that perspective, you know, like, and indeed you're right, you know, like I think there is fundamentally something flawed with our education system and the way it's modeled, you know. And I always say this, especially when coming to bursaries as well. And I always say that my wish is to, I know someone was saying to me that your wish doesn't make economic sense, you know. And I was like, I wish to start a bursary, but that will fund the opposite, you know, not top students, because like we are not, it's more like it's also demotivating to some students, you know, now that you focus on this. And of course, from an investment perspective, I think it makes sense because you invest in this person and you want your investment to come back. So from a business sense, it does make sense, but we're not doing anything to grow those. And I've been studying some education systems of some, the top countries that have good education systems, like your Finlands, your Singapores, and everything like that. I don't believe that there are top students and non-top students. I just believe that there are academic students and there are also non-academic students, So if you're not good academically, then let's find a way, like you can be good in sport, you can be good in drama and everything like that. And if you look at the education systems of other worlds, is that they actually provide like channels which are actually, so ours is just academic. And if you fail at academics, like, then you're not good and everything like that, and all of those type of things. So I think that's very flawed, and that needs to be rectified. And so I think you highlighted that, and I think you have a service heart, a heart of gold to help other students. So this is based in social, right? It was based in social.
Yeah, it is.
Because of social.
Yeah, I'm from social.
Pitori. You never had to speak Venek. Especially Pitori. Like, I've never had to speak Venek. Like, coming to think about it now.
I do speak a lot of Venek.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I must listen. Okay, that's cool.
I think when you're in a space where you don't know what language to speak.
Yeah. No, that's some great stuff. So I'm really, I'm really a fan of what you guys are doing with VMP, and I also see that you also have like another segment of VMP, the Versatile Education Hub. I like some of the projects that you do. I see that you're offering free online, tutorials. I'm gonna join you guys. I'm gonna offer some free.
Yeah, after this, I'm gonna contact you. You have to do that.
Please. And then also some of the projects that you guys do at VMP. Like, I feel like you're helping students to apply, for high institutions of learning, and then. And also what I saw was that you also, I think, host like online career expos, which I think is great, especially now since everything is virtual. So I'm curious to that. You guys inspire me. Like, when I grow up, I want to be like you.
Wow,
for real. Okay, so today, like I said, since I have you here, you are working with mentors, you run a mentorship program, you're a mentor yourself and everything, just the perfect person to talk about mentorship. So I want to gravitate to student mentorship, but I just want us to start from a general perspective. What does mentorship mean to you?
It just means having someone who can guide you and who can be a representation for you, because most of the times you find someone who is at a place where you probably want to be, and sometimes they are the only person that you have access to, and when you have a relationship with them, you get that thing, where it's actually possible to be where I am. So that's what mentorship means to me.
Yeah, the reason why I'm asking this is that in conversations with people, I've actually found that actually there is some, there are certain things that we think we know, like you think like you just think, I know. But if someone be like, hey, what is this? And you like now find people like, oh, but is this? Oh, but is this? Oh, but is this? The funny story is that I remember we did some research when we were founding Organican. So we asked people, what is organic? No. We thought so it was like, no, organic is fruits and veg, I'm like, okay. So you start to realize that there are those things that we take for granted. We feel like everyone knows what mentorship is and everything like that. But I think it's very much important to define it. And I also find that actually I don't know, but especially from other backgrounds, we don't have like a culture of mentorship, And some people from certain backgrounds, you like, oh, you guys have, it's very structured, from when they grow, from their families and everything like that. They already, when they come to university, they already know what they want to do, how they want to do it. And they like, the direction is very clear. And that's why I think you guys are doing a very great job at VMP, because I think, especially within township spaces and, rural spaces, I think that's where we need a lot of mentorship, because also there is also a lot of misinformation about careers and everything like that. So how do you think we can really build, a culture of mentorship in our spaces?
I think it goes to understanding first what mentorship is, because it would be hard to build a culture of something that people do not understand. Because sometimes when you, in the student perspective, for example, when you go to school and we're like, we're offering mentorship programs, people automatically assume that we are going to tutor them. We are going to offer them with academic support, in the sense that I'm going to sit down with you and help you with maths. Whereas it's actually something that is different. So I think it starts with just making people understand what mentorship is and why they actually need it. Because sometimes they feel like, I just need to study and pass and get my matric and go to university and I'll be fine. They don't understand that it's actually something that might benefit them. And maybe also expose people to, you don't really need to, because I always say, you don't really need to have a mentor that it's like a one-on-one thing where you have their contact details. You can just look at someone and follow their journey. You know, we live in a time where social people share their journeys, they share their lives, and what you can look at them, what they do, the things they do, their interviews and all those things, and they can serve as a mentor to you, because you can learn something and you can actually become the person that you want to be out from whatever that they are offering you. So I think it's a matter of looking at it from different perspectives and just making people understand what is it and why they actually need it.
The funny thing, I was telling someone to say, like, I was like, I'm mentored by Robert Kiyosaki. It's like, it's like, you lie. Robert Kiyosaki mentoring you how? And I'm like, yeah, he's mentoring me through his books. I read a lot of his books and everything like that. So I was like, I have a lot of mentors because I read a lot of books and everything like that, listen to a lot of podcasts and all of those type of things. So yeah, and I think, I realized that also with myself, and because when I came to university, I didn't actually grasp the whole definition of mentorship. And when I started to grasp it, I was like, actually, I had a lot of mentors. It's just that at the time, it was not really defined as like, I'm your mentor, But what these people were doing and everything like that, it was like, mentorship, Yeah, like as I was saying, to say that, I like a point that you actually pointed out, that actually sometimes it's not like a one-on-one, but sometimes it's like, just, identifying someone of how they do things or everything like that. And then actually just following that. Then it goes into knowing what you want, isn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Because, okay.
I think sometimes you don't know what you want until you you stumble upon it. So it's not always, I think it's just maybe wanting the knowledge or just wanting guidance in general. Then you can be able to find something that you actually want.
Sure. No, I totally agree with you.